Okay, so there's something that people never tell you about when you start making a lot of money. I'm talking about like a lot of money when you start making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. And I know this because right now I'm making six figures, around $100,000 every single month. And I actually started hitting these numbers about a year ago, but originally I had hit really good numbers a long time ago, messed it all up, and now I'm back at it. And what people don't tell you when you start to make really good money and a lot of money is that something in your brain shifts, it changes. Because before you actually make that money, it's really hard to fathom it, right? Before I started to make $10,000 a month, it was so hard for me to fathom that. And now $10,000 a month feels like nothing. And that's because my brain shifted into, okay, I made $10,000 a month fairly easily, pretty much all online, automated, outsourcing the work. Now, what else can I do? Like, how much higher can I actually go? If $10,000 a month was attainable, then that's when you start hitting 20,000. That's when you start hitting 30,000. That's when you start hitting 50,000. And early on when I made that money, I was making about $30,000 a month profit, and I was very young and very stupid and very naive, and nobody really taught me how to deal with money or what to do when you have money. So naturally, I spent it. I was making it, I spent it. I thought that that money's never going to run out. And guess what? It did run out, and that business eventually was done with, and I stopped making a lot of money, and I had to go back to work. But even though that failed, I made so much money. Granted, I spent it, but I made so much money that I realized, okay, I've done it once, I can do it again because it's actually possible. It's attainable. I've done it. I've seen it happen. And so when I went to go back and get a job because that business failed, I now had a mindset that was like, okay, this is going to be temporary. I'm going to build up another business on the side that's actually going to do even better because I learned a lot from there. I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of money. Now I know moving forward, what do I have to do? And see, that's the thing about making money that people or society never really teach you, right? Is that it's possible to make that kind of money. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to work a job. You can make $10,000 a month is just barely scratching the surface of what people can earn online. And also what they don't tell you is that once you figure out a way to make that money, it's not just a well that's going to keep flowing, right? You have to constantly be changing. You have to constantly be adapting, and you have to constantly be growing. And you have to constantly be reinvesting that money, make that money work for you. And if what you're doing is working well, fund it. Keep funding it. I see these mistakes getting made all the time, and I'm honestly glad that I made a lot of money early on when I was a lot younger and spent it all and realized, okay, that was a mistake, because now that I'm making good money, I learned a long time ago what not to do. And now that I'm making money, it's flourishing. But I'm telling you right now that as soon as you unlock your brain that making a lot of money is possible, it becomes so easy. It's impossible to make really good money when you think there's no way it can happen. When you think there's no way I can make $10,000 a month, you won't make $10,000 a month. But once you start to think that $10,000 a month isn't even that much money, it'll come to you so much easier. Because like I said, now I'm making six figures a month, and I'm like, why am I not making seven figures a month, right? That's six figures a month feels like nothing now. That's how I felt when I was making $50,000 a month, and I thought back and thought, oh my gosh, $10,000 a month is nothing. And I honestly feel if I start to make seven figures a month, I still will be like, I'm not making money. Like that's not making money. There's so much more to be made. Mindset, guys. It's all the mindset.